I'm talking to David Mahdi, who's the Chief Identity Officer. It's a CIO, but not the one you normally know. He's over at Transmit Security. The obvious question is, where are we today in identity? And I think the big story, which is the big story here at RSA, is AI. Well, does that mean AI faking real identities? Does it mean NHI, non-human identities? What does that mean? And you said, well, everything. Explain.
A lot of the focus has been on enterprise agents. So agents running within the enterprise.
Yes.
Those need identity, they need security, we need to know what they're doing, if they are entitled to do it, so on and so forth.
I think the huge difference between last year and this year is last year was really the introduction of it.
Yep.
This year is it's the deployment with some security around it.
One of the things I want to point attention to, because Transmit Security, we really focus on this, and that's customer identity. Where did ChatGPT start? Did it start in the enterprise?
No.
Started with consumers. To further that, AI browsers, right? So if you go in the App Store right now and you look at Microsoft Edge, the description in the App Store, it says AI browser. So an AI browser, there's Comet from Perplexity, there's Atlas from OpenAI, and Chrome and Edge are increasingly becoming more AI-like. What does that actually mean? Very simply, when you open up, let's just use OpenAI's Atlas, it's just ChatGPT when you open it up. So what we went from yellow pages like a catalog to then a search bar. That search bar now is still a search bar.
But it's also an AI.
It's an AI bar. The kicker is, say if I type in, I want to find AirPods, and I click, find me the best ones. A prompt will come up and it'll say, do you want this in agent mode? Okay? And if you say yes, then the next question it asks you, do you want it in a logged in state or logged out state? Now, I said logged out for this example, so I'm not giving it any credentials. My point is that as a consumer, I didn't know didn't have to code anything. And so if you are an e-commerce company, a bank that has a website, well, number one, from an experience perspective, your customer may not even go to your website to get what they need anymore, and you could have something else do it. But from a security perspective, an identity perspective, how do you authenticate that?
Is Transmit dealing with this?
Yes, Transmit's dealing with this today from an identity and fraud perspective. So one of the techniques they would use is device fingerprinting. If you're using a browser and that's using, say, OpenAI's cloud, well, now it's like a quote-unquote machine identity that could change. Like that agent could create itself, it could be in OpenAI's cloud, and then it could kill itself, create another agent, and now you could have like 2 or 3 different fingerprints. So that's kind of the alarm bells that we are trying to raise at Transmit. We're not saying you need to completely scrap what you're doing. There's a lot of stuff that we can borrow from that we do in the identity world for humans, authentication, some of the fraud techniques. We just need to modify them, right? In Transmit, we're seeing that now, and we're trying to help prepare our customers and prospects for that new world. That's going to come much sooner than I think we all believe. Much faster than the enterprise. They don't have acceptable use policies. They don't have all the red tape. A customer can download one of these browsers today and start using them.
If you want to learn about, securing these AI agents, whether they're existing in the browser, whether they're not acting like humans, whatever it is, go check out what they're doing over at Transmit Security. The web address is easy, transmitsecurity.com. There it is, right there.